Hopefully you can hear that on my screen. It's coming through. Jesus. Okay, let's see here. I guess the Karma's Coming For You song isn't playing. Was the Karma's Coming For You no audio now? Crap. I was playing Karma's Coming For You. For crying out loud. Tardy again? No, I was playing the Karma's Coming For You song. I was on time. ERR video. Sounds like you're in a tunnel. No audio now. Freeside says, howdy, Lady Di. ERR. ERR says no. ERR says, Freeside, hey. You have audio now, but no song came through. John Hansel, good evening to the amazing Lady Di. Good evening, Mr. John Hansel. I don't know why it didn't play. It should have played. Have no idea why it didn't play. Let me try it again. I want you people to hear this song. X the unknown, pricky, pricky, pricky. You got some splaining to do. Yep, old pricky Ricky, yeah. Good evening to all that come in. Let me try and play this song again. And what I had done was I set this up to play the Karma's Coming For You song. It's an MP3. So let me try it again. Download. There we go. Open the file. Now let me know if you can't hear this. Karma's coming for you. Swiping. Same disc, same screen glow, but the vibe got faint. Fake smiles, I say stay low. Whispers in the hallway, poison in the paper cup.
They shake hands in meetings and try to cut you up. They laugh at your late nights, still credit for your grind. HR talks about values, but they're robbing you blind. I see emails like landmines, names thrown in the mud. You play God with promotions till you drown in your own flood, yeah. This workplace like a war zone. Every cubicle a trench. You throw lies like grenades. Watch the air get dense. I wonder how you sleep with all that you do. Karma's coming for you. Karma's coming for you. For you. You built the throne on rumors. Now the truth breaks through. Karma's coming for you. Karma's coming for you. Hey. You smile in my face, then twist up every word. Turn stories into weapons like the truth never occurred. How you so cruel, how you breathe that cold. Bet you brag at the bar about the secret you sold. You believe your own lies like the script you rehearse. But every little fake win is another line in your curse. Clock ticks on your paycheck, but it's ticking on your soul. When your mask finally slips, you gon' answer for it all. This workplace like a war zone. Every cubicle a trench. You throw lies like grenades. Watch the air get dense. I wonder how you sleep with all that you do. Karma's coming for you. Karma's coming for you. For you. You built the throne on rumors. Now the truth breaks through. Karma's coming for you. Karma's coming for you. Soon. You can win your turn, but you can't outrun what's sold. Every stab in the bag, just the debt you wrote. Last now, count checks while you twist the view. When the mirror turns around, you see exactly what you grew. This workplace like a war zone. Every cubicle a trench. You throw lies like grenades. Watch the air get dense. I wonder how you sleep with all that you do. Karma's coming for you. Karma's coming for you. For you. You built the throne on rumors. Now the truth breaks through. Karma's coming for you. Karma's coming for you. Oh, yes. Ooh. Ooh.
How's that? It should have done that to begin with, but it didn't, so I redid it. And from now on, you guys are going to hear that. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like that song is to? You know? If that isn't Ricky Crude, I don't know who would be. Karma's coming for you, bud. Of course, he's going to take that as a threat. Oh, that's a threat. No, it's not. Karma is coming for you. Dumbass. Anyway, good evening, all, and welcome to my stream. I hope everybody had a good rest last night, had good sleep. Thanks, John Hansel, for the loud and clear. I had to flip back to the StreamYards to even be able to see your comments. So, yeah, karma is a wheel. Wheels roll. Don't let it roll over you. That's right, X the Unknown. John Hansel. Pay attention, Sergeant of Suagi, a.k.a. Rick Crude. Yep. You should hear how he pronounces the word. He replayed my video again. And you should hear how he pronounces you should hear how he pronounces God. I mean, it's such a laugh. It's such a joke. And he lies his ass off. He thinks he knows all about hospice. I think he called it house or house spice. Everybody knows how hospice works. Everybody knows how hospice works. You've got to have known someone that was on hospice care, and it's in lieu of dying. So you are paying hospice. They take all of your medical rights. You can't call a doctor. You can't call an ambulance. You can't go to a hospital. You can't see a doctor. You can't make an appointment with a doctor. This is in lieu of dying. They take all of your medical insurance benefits and they absorb it. You pay hospice. It's not free. Hospice is not free. Dumbass says I'm full of crap. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I had hospice with my husband and I fired him. You can't fire him. Yeah, yes, sure as hell can, because I did it. John Ansel says, I clipped him to where he now admits to shitting himself. He claims that's normal and everyone does it. No, everyone doesn't. I've never crapped my pants. Sorry. Never happened. Exia known says karma. Kismet, fate. Yep. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep. Crapping your pants is not normal. Babies crap their diapers. Children, you put training pants on, pee their pants and crap their pants. You put little training pants on them.
Hey, Lady Di.
Yeah.
Ask Rick if he knows what positron emission tomography is. You dumbass Rick Crude.
Yeah,
You're
he says.
Fucking idiot.
He says there's no such thing as a PET scan.
He couldn't spell pet if somebody gave him the 3 freaking letters.
Well, that's because he's into animalism.
He doesn't have any idea. It's positron emission tomography, you dickhead. And that's something that they do to look at the other scans with. By the way,
yep,
dumbass.
That's after you've had an MRI.
But I wouldn't know that because I worked at Enterprise and I'm a carny. Remember that shit, Rick?
Yeah.
You dumb fuck.
He says there's no such thing as a PET scan.
So stupid.
When they gave my husband a PET scan. You drink this real sugary, sweet fluid. What else is in it? I couldn't tell you. It's like sugar water. Real sweet. And then they do this PET scan.
And it lights up.
Yes, and then
Lights
every
up
place.
Everything that's the Rick is so stupid. I just want to go slap him.
Somebody needs to go slap him upside the face because he's so damn dumb.
Well, and also he said inquiry minds want to know at the very last of that video.
Yeah.
Where John Coffey is helping you. Hey, Rick, listen up real close. This is going to be news to you, okay? And you probably should close one ear to where you can hold it all in your head. He's got something called a job, a J-O-B. You know what that is, Rick? It's where you get a good night's sleep the night before, you wake up, you get in the shower, brush your teeth, you leave for work, you work all day, and then you come home, maybe have some dinner and relax. You do that at least 4 nights a week when you work 10-hour days.
Yeah.
That's what he does, Rick. He's got a job, and he's a cop somewhere else. And I live 3 hours away from him, you dumb motherfucker.
Exia Unknown says, I got ringing in my ears. That's what I had. It's called tinnitus. before I went deaf. As I went deaf,
It doesn't mean you're going to go deaf. A lot of people have ringing in their ears.
yeah, I was told it's called tinnitus. So when I went to the ear doctor,
Tinnitus. Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
John Ansel, Rick got some Mexican to clean his yard. I bet he doesn't pay them. He tells them to piss off or he'll call ICE. Yeah, he never paid them.
No,
He
he got
never
a
paid him.
woman to clean his yard.
Yeah. Yep. But he says there's no such thing as a PET scan.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
that's when I said that you couldn't put everywhere my husband had bone cancer. You couldn't put your finger down in between, and it lights up pink on the screen.
Boom.
Yeah.
I told you. What would I know? I learned that when I was changing tires with that Enterprise rent-a-car place.
Yeah, right. When you were renting Enterprise.
Yeah, there's a brochure in the trunk. I read up on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's about as goddamn stupid as a.
He's as useless as a fucking used tampon.
He'd probably put it in his mouth and suck on it. Of course, he's gonna say that's a threat too.
Yeah, everything's a big old threat.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's not scared of John Coffey. You know why? Because you're on the other end of the computer, you dickhead. That dude was standing in front of you. You keep your fucking toothless mouth shut. Trust me.
Yeah, he'd bitch right up, wouldn't he? He'd stand there and hold his hands down in front of his crotch.
He
and he'd
bitches
look
right
down.
up every day, every time he wakes up.
Yep,
That fucking idiot.
yep.
I think it's funny. He thinks we're just using these people as weapons, and never not. And he's like, oh, and you and your ex-husband are friends again. Dude, we never were not friends. We weren't cordial to each other when it came to separation of money. No, we weren't. He's still the father of my kids, and I didn't say you threatened those kids. You doxed him, you dickhead. You're
Yeah.
doxing his children and his grandchildren also. Fucker.
Yep.
God, he makes me sick. He's so stupid. And I hope that house does collapse on you. And I hope it does catch fire. I hope it burns to the ground. And the cockroaches carry your dumb ass out and eat you up.
John Ansel says Rick now says that female caregiver made him cook that spoiled meat, scammed him.
Right.
Bullshit. Hey, Guido, welcome.
Made him eat it too.
Yeah. Yeah, the caregiver said, here, I'll just put a lot of spices in there. Then you can't smell the stench.
He's disgusting.
Yeah.
Smell the stench. You can't smell it anyway on your pus-filled leg.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is postulating lady part.
There you go. He's calling what the guy who made that prosthetic for him the N-word.
Yep.
The guy told him not to come back in his office.
Yep.
He probably curved that thing to cut his leg.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so nasty. Nasty. He says you and I are just mean and nasty people. No, Rick, you want to hear what comes out of your fucked up mouth? Who else do we do this to on the internet, Rick? Who else do I talk to this way? Who? Name it. Name
Yeah,
it, you little bitch.
get this. The last video that I saw that he put up, he said that I threatened him. I threatened to burn his house down. What I said was, you'd have to burn it down to kill all the cockroaches and the rats.
There you go. Just pray he's in it.
Yeah, that's not a threat, dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're law enforcement, right? Yeah.
Oh, he's now stating, I never said I was a U.S. Marshal. Bullshit. Throwing in a bullshit flag. Yes, you did. Liar.
Yep. News Now Preston says, and yes, he did do that because he put the video up on those. Yeah, he did. Exion, no, my phone is freaking out. And he says it again. My phone is freaking out.
Why?
And he says it again. My phone is freaking out. Sorry. John Hansel. Rick was talking about the mustard he puts on his hot dogs. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh, no, I heard him earlier because I was listening to a couple of his videos today, trying to figure out what the fuck is he where he's coming from. Anyway, he said it's some special mustard that he gets, some movie land mustard. I don't remember what he called it. I was just like, who's got to outdo your mustard, Diana?
Yeah, Jesus. I don't know. I've got Grey Poupon. Of course, he wouldn't know what that is. And I've also got regular salad mustard. So, TOS, welcome.
Who cares what kind of mustard he eats? He eats shit every day.
Yeah.
You know, you just eat shit, Rick.
Yep.
Shut up.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, hi, Rick. He's videotaping, yes.
And Guido, TOS says, Guido, hello, good to see you. Lady Di, good to see you. Good to see you too. I'm glad to see you come in the stream. He's such a dummy. He's such a dummy.
Yep.
But when you have, I talked about this, I think it was last night. When you have hospice, they take over your insurance. They take over all of your benefits and they keep those benefits. And they're hired. That's how you hire them. And it's in lieu of your...
No, they don't. No, they don't. And you get to go to the hospital if you get sick.
That's what he said.
And you're already sick. That's why you're in hospice. Why do you think the insurance... This guy's a fucking idiot. We should have played his video to counter it. He sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
And you might explain that's why you're saying this stuff, the crap that he said. I mean, it's like digging through the trash going rough drafts of something because he's that stupid.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, John Ansel says Rick's mustard comes out of his postulating lady part.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
News Now Preston says, I know for a fact he said he worked under the U.S. Marshal when the president came to Texas with the Secret Service. He absolutely did. Yeah. Says he's Homeland Security. No, the hell he's not. He's never been in Homeland Security.
Well, they ask when the president comes to town to wait a minute. I know we've got everybody that's very well trained and very well armed, but where is Rick Crude? Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. I know. He's such a freaking liar. He doesn't know how hospice works. He's stupid. It's in lieu of your death. They take all of your benefits. You can't. They take all of your medicine. They take all of your prescriptions. Then they flush them down the toilet. They did that with my husband. They took his liquid morphine, all of that, flushed it right down the toilet. And then you have to go through them, and it's up to them whether you get medicine. And they contact your doctor, and they order your medicine, whether or not they, deem it necessary. Yeah. Yep. It just, he's such a friggin' liar. God almighty, he's such a friggin' liar. Yep. ER Vids, good to see you, TOS. Yep. He claims he was U.S. Marshal. He claims all this. He was Houston PD officer. He's never been shit. Never been shit. He's the one that did the officer that came to my door and did a welfare check, and he gave his name as Alejandro. He says, do you know who that is? I said, well, I do believe that's Rick Crude. That's Spanish for Xavier, isn't it? Those of you that can speak Spanish. God Almighty. Yep. Says I've never told a police officer I'm prior law enforcement. I sure as hell did. Sure as hell did. I said, do I look sick? Said I wasn't eating. Yeah, I eat fine. I eat fine. I asked him, I said, would you like to come in, check my freezers, check my fridge? I have plenty of food. Not a problem. Yeah, said he worked for Houston SWAT. Yep. I know he said he had a cousin or brother that worked for Houston SWAT. Yep. Well, it ain't him, though, is it? His brother or cousin or who the hell ever it is, sure as shit isn't him. But because I said somebody needs to, I didn't say somebody needs to. What I said was, you'd have to burn the house to the ground to kill the cockroaches and the rats in it. That's what that's a threat. That's a direct threat. Really?
He was looking for anything.
Yeah.
And he was getting the more he went on, the madder he was getting because he wasn't getting his way.
Yeah.
That's all. And then he was asking how I get food. Oh, apparently my 4 daughters aren't talking to me.
Yeah.
Okay, is that your narrative, Rick, or the truth? You dumbass. You don't know anything.
John Hansel says, Rick said me and King 9 called in that welfare check on you, Lady Di. He's a goddamn liar. The cop told me who it was. Cop told me who it was right at the door. And he said, well, you know how this works? I said, yeah, I know how it works. The welfare check. I said, I know how it works. I'm prior law enforcement. I'm retired law enforcement. Yes, ma'am. He says, we've thoroughly checked him out, but we have to come on a call for service. I said, I understand that. So I'm not mad at you. Yep. So I just think it's funnier than hell. He's got all these people he knows that are in law enforcement. That's supposed to impress you people? Really? Is that supposed to impress you people? Yeah. Yeah, the cop asked if you knew an Xavier, because that's the one who called it in. Absolutely. Oh, Alejandro, dumbass. Yeah, you did hear that.
You keep saying that my kids don't talk to me. Remember that phone call I got last night with those clips that they played for me?
Yeah, of course.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
John Ansel says, Di, that cop would have run checks on you before he arrived and would have known you're retired law enforcement. That's why he thanked you. Absolutely. And I told him, thank you for your service, sir. And he said, thank you for your service, ma'am. I didn't run and go get he says I got a 5-point star. I said I had a 5-point star. No, I got a 6-point star. I showed it to you people last night. Showed it to you. Of course, he didn't put that up there on the screen. Yeah. And he told me that, we have a quite extensive file on him. That's what the officer said. We have quite an extensive file on him. And, I know exactly who you are, what you've done. Absolutely you do. And guess what else I've got on you there? Ricky. I got another case number on you, bitch. He asked me, would you like a case number on this? Because I asked him, do you have a card, sir? Yeah. Would you like a case number? I said, absolutely. And he radioed control, and they gave him a case number. But that was in his ear. You couldn't hear that. You know, you couldn't hear that. I mean, you could hear what the officer said, but you couldn't hear the dispatch. So, yep. Yep. Absolutely, John. That's why he thanked me for my service, and I thanked him for his. And I told him to be safe. But he says, you know that when we get a call for service, we have to come out. I know how it works. Well, yes, ma'am. I know you know how it works. Yeah. No, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure, John. John says, notice how when PD attends Rick's place, they don't thank him for his shit. Nope. Says I made all these false police reports on him. Well, you can think what you want, but they've all been investigated. You've been investigated thoroughly. They have quite a file on you down here at Marianna, Arizona. Yeah, you dumbass. Yeah. And what does he do when the cops comes? He mutes his mic and runs to the door and runs outside to try and get him to go away so nobody can see him. Yep, that's what he does. Ricky the Roaches sound like a band name. Yeah, there you go. Ricky the Roaches, says X the Unknown. Ricky and the Roaches sounds like a band name. Absolutely. Ricky and the Roaches and Rats. But what I said was you'd have to burn that house down to kill all the roaches, cockroaches, and rats. Yep. Ricky and the Roaches and the Rats. Ricky, the Roaches and Rats sounds like a band name to me. It sure does. It sure does. Yeah, it's fabulous. You know, what can I say? But they do. They have quite an extensive file on him. Yep. John Hansel, King 9 has a video of PD at Rick's place, and they were trying not to vomit. Rick Crude put up a video of him going in to some hamburger place, and PD was sitting 2 tables back from where Rick was, and he was trying his best to eat his hamburger and trying not to puke from the stench from Rick. Can you imagine being taking an Uber and having Rick Crude sitting in the back seat? And hey, Ricky, I got a question for you, Ricky. Where's that custom-built electric wheelchair you got that you were going to tell them how they're going to build it, and that's how the hell they're going to build it, because it ain't going to be some rinky-dink piece of shit like I've got that cost my insurance company $60,000. Mine's a rinky-dink piece of shit. Where's that electric wheelchair at? Ricky. Yeah. But PD was sitting 2 tables back from where Rick was. And he was trying to eat his hamburger and trying to keep from puking at the same time. He absolutely was. Yep. But he's got money for 8 cartons of cigarettes. You know, he can go out and buy 8 cartons of cigarettes. He's got money for that. And he does Marlboro Reds. And those here are over $180 a carton. He's got money for that. What happened to Shell? She's still in here. You still there, Shell? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I just went and grabbed a Coke out of the fridge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
John Hansel wanted to know what happened to you.
I'm here. I'm still breathing.
Don't forget a phone call there, John. Don't forget that phone call.
Yeah, John.
Yep. So.
I'm just upset with what my girls called me with. I was like, what?
Yep.
These people are crazy on this internet. I'm glad my kids aren't on here.
Yeah, John says I'm back. I'm CAK. I don't know. I'm thinking you meant BAK. I'm calling after this. He's gonna call you after this stream, my dear.
Okay. I'm putting on the perfume.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I just sprayed Windex in my hair.
Windex?
I was trying to clean off the table. I can't tell which way the spigot thing goes, so I squirted it in my hair. I thought it was going to go in another direction.
Yeah.
I was talking to John yesterday on the phone, and I electrocuted myself.
Well, I drove down by Nogales to the Pasquale tribe to their store, and I got me 3 cartons of cigarettes because that's all I had. I was going to get 6, and all I had was 3. So he said that we're going to be getting more in on Thursday. I said, yeah, I know your day to get it's Thursday. I said, where's that absolutely beautiful Indian lady? I said, I have nothing against you, but I said, she's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I got to know if she ever dyed that gray streak in her hair, because they're Native Americans have jet black hair, jet black. And I mean, it's darker than dark. And you can tell they're Native Americans just by looking at their hair, you know. Yeah, John Hansel says, remember that stream where Rick was farting in a crowded hospital waiting room? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because he shits his pants. He needs to wear diapers.
Glad I wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah. X the unknown. Ricky Rat and the Roaches. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now you got it. Now you're cooking with gas. I mean, to think, see, he's pissed off at me because I quit giving him money.
Oh, same here. He was as nice as he could be. Well, no, he's never been as nice as he could be. He's decent. Well, halfway, kind of decent. When you're giving him money, and then when you don't give him money, you have your name in the book, and then it just goes real far downhill from there.
Yep.
And it's like the only thing you can do is respond or react to him, and when you do, you're a bigger bitch. And it's like, shut the front door. Are you kidding me? He's saying, I'm mean and I'm this and I'm that. Hey, Rick, what about the over $2,000 I've given you? You know, get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just on he would just be sitting there going, oh, I could really use some carnitas and whatnot, like on a Sunday. So you send him, shoot him $30. Go get you happy Sundays. Go get some carnitas. Do you forget about that crap, Rick?
Yep.
When have you ever done that for anybody? Yeah.
Well, John Hansel, absolutely. Didn't Rick say he's Native American and Irish? He's Native American and Irish
Scottish.
and or Scottish or some damn thing.
Yeah. Scottish today.
Why
yeah.
isn't his hair jet black if he's got any Native American in him? And in order to be able to claim you're a Native American, don't you have to have more than 1%?
Well, why is he so stupid if he's Native American? Those are pretty smart cookies.
You betcha. I mean, there's nothing like Native Americans. I love Native Americans. They're awesome
I do
people.
too. They're pretty smart individual. I mean, all the ones I've met are, but they're very smart. What happened to Rick?
Nemesis Vegas says Ricky's the only one in Houston that's been trespassed from all local hospitals. John Hansel. Rick says the real Nemesis gave him $60 yesterday. I doubt that.
Who cares?
But if he does, oh well.
Who cares?
Go get you some more spoiled ground beef and cook it. News Now, Preston, Nashville says my dad was 75 Cherokee, and he had pure white hair. Well, I'm talking about when they're young. When they're old, no. When they get old, no. They get old and gray. Yeah. Talking about when they're young, they've got jet black hair. He's never had jet black hair. Rick Rude's never had jet black hair. It's so goddamn greasy and oily. It drips with oil and grease.
His brain seeping through. There's melting.
But in order to be able to claim that you're Indian, any part of you Indian, you have to have more than 1% Indian in your DNA, don't you? Don't you? I mean, that's what I've been told. That's what this lady. That's what this lady tells me. Because I love to talk. I love to talk to her. Yeah, he had a jet black eye. There you go, John Hansel. There you go. He had a jet black eye. Yep. And when that happened, remember when his eye shut and he claimed he couldn't open it? And people ask me, well, what do you think is doing that? Well, I would assume he had a stroke. That's what I would assume. But who knows? And that's when he come up with the black eye. And Minnie Justice isn't allowed there anymore. Just saying. And his little granddaughter that did the white power thing with the pink dress with the beautiful pink bow on the back of her dress and the pink bow in her hair. It wasn't blue. Rick, you colorblind too? Hey, Rick, that $200 for the weed pullers is a lie. They did an awful job, too. Left all the trimmings on the sidewalk. Code authority isn't going to like that, dummy. He claims that I called them, and he knows it was me. I never called him. Never called him. And remember what he called the guy at code enforcement? Remember what he called him? And he says he's not racist. And he put that video up. He says, I want to know who called. We're not going to tell you that. Yes, you are. I have a right to know. And the guy says, no, you don't. And he swears to Christ it's me. I didn't call him. Prove I called him. He called him a wetback because he couldn't get the information out of him that he was looking for. I have been told that state agencies such as code enforcement, that is a state agency. I have been told, I can't remember who the hell, if it was Nemesis Vegas or who it was, told me that you can do anonymous complaints. Nemesis Vegas says the woman he called from Code Authority couldn't get off the phone fast enough talking to old Ricky. Yep. John Hansel says, I wonder if code enforcement will be back about all the dog and human shit in his yard. I don't know. I mean, look, people, how could I do that? How could I do that? I'm not there. I'm in Arizona. I'm in Marianna, Arizona, according to Rick Crude.
Diane, just blame it on me. He's still blaming me for that stupid dog call. Just blame it on me. Who gives a shit? Hey, Rick, I called code enforcement. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
You ain't going to do
dog,
shit.
You skank.
You ain't going to do shit.
I called him. GRA called him. What are you going to do? Shut the fuck up and go clean up your weeds, you dickhead.
Nemesis Vegas says, hey, Reverend Kelly, you have a lot to say. Why not grow a pair and tell someone more lies? Yeah, he put up a video. Reverend Kelly did.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's just an old troll. An old troll. He put up a video one time and he said, John Hansel says, no, I called him. I called them.
You called them? No, I called them.
Jesus.
Any more takers?
And that stupid bitch, the one that came in and told me, oh, fuck off. And I told everybody I was having such fun fucking off. You know, I couldn't get out of that mood, man. I was sitting here fucking off.
She called me names in the first paragraph of that text. I'm like, fuck off. I'm not reading what this did.
Yeah.
It ain't important to us.
Then she texted me. I had her number. And I can go back and read you her phone number. It's not illegal. I can read her phone number out loud.
She seemed to give me that phone number over the internet. That's good.
She said, she texted me and said, admit that you called code enforcement. I had already put in my stream. It wasn't me.
What's it to her? What is it to anybody?
Well, she's the one.
If you're that concerned about it, Allie, get your fat ass over there and clean the weeds up. So code enforcement won't ticket your boyfriend. Stinky Ricky.
Yeah, I know his advocate that comes there.
I'm sick of Rick. I'm sick of her.
His advocate that comes there, he told him to get out there and mow the grass.
Whatever.
And they said, I don't mow grass. No. Well, they went out and mowed as well as they could. Bullshit. You can't keep your lies straight, Ricky. Oh, Ricky. Remember the red car he said was a sports car? What a liar. Yeah, I know. He had a yellow convertible that didn't run at one time that he sold for junk. I think they gave him $50 for it, something like that. They had to come tow it.
Maserati and Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Then you woke up, right? Those are dreams.
Oh, John Hansel said no. King 9 called them.
Yeah, King Nine, John Hansel, and I called them.
Yeah.
Code enforcement. The whole spring called them that night. We were on a party line.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What in the hell how did he pronounce, crap, lost my train of thought. Hospice. How did he pronounce that? Huh?
Hospice.
Yeah.
He almost made us sound like hopscotch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopscotch. Hopstick or something like that. Like, what the hell did you just say? Yeah.
Jesus.
Hard as stupid.
It's not hard to spell. Hospis. Hospice. Hospice. Hospice, I think he called it.
It almost
Hospice.
sounded like hopscotch. I was like, what the hell is he trying to say?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hospice. What the hell?
Yeah, now Rick is saying all the caregiver companies are scammers. No, the hell they're not. No, they're not.
Why? Because he is?
Yeah. And I don't cook anymore. I don't. Because my shoulder doesn't come up level with the oven door. So what I have to do to cook is I take a frying pan, I put a bath towel on my lap, I set the frying pan in my lap on the bath towel, then I put whatever I'm going to cook, whatever meat it is, chops or whatever it is. Hamburger patties, I don't cook hamburger patties in the house. I cook everything outside on my Nex grill. I have a Nex grill, a 6-burner Nex grill. What you got, Ricky? What you got, Ricky?
You know what I heard are good grills are green eggs. Have you ever heard of those? They're great big green grills, and I think you put like Maxide or something in them. I don't know. I've just heard really good things about them.
The Nex grill is a damn good grill, but they're damn expensive. It's a 6-burner.
It's like
it's a
$700,000.
It's a 6-burner drill.
Mm-hmm. It's a gas grill.
It's bottle gas, butane. Yeah. I mean, it sits right here at the end of my patio, you know.
Yeah.
He had a Cadillac too, remember? No, he ain't never had a Cadillac. Jesus Christ. He's never had a Cadillac. He said that yellow piece of shit that wouldn't run was a Cadillac.
That's probably Cadillac to him.
Yeah.
Was it like a Fred Flintstone car started with your feet?
He got a rechargeable can opener for his birthday. Wow. Oh, you're in the big time there now, Ricky.
Rechargeable can opener.
You gonna get your spoiled ground beef out of a can now so you can open it with your rechargeable can opener? I wouldn't have a goddamn I used to have, back when I lived in Illinois, I had a electric can opener.
Mm-hmm.
They're more trouble than they're worth.
Yep, the handheld ones.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
I use the old fashioned kind.
I did. Well, I put the one where you just you put it on top rather than on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Yep. Works a lot better.
I'll have to do this. I'll have to put up a short on this thing that I got for my birthday from my friend. It's in the shape of a balloon, hot air balloon. And it only comes on at night. And it's solar powered.
Oh, cool.
So you don't have to put batteries in it. And it's got red cardinals all the way around it. And it looks like it's got a fire on the inside of it.
To like lift the balloon up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's super cool. Where does it go? Like on your table outside, or?
No, I've got it on a shepherd's hook.
Oh, gotcha.
I've got 5 hummingbird feeders that hang on these shepherd's hooks.
Yeah.
And I took 2 of them down to fill them because they were empty.
Yeah.
So when I got that for my birthday, I had Scott come out and hang that up for me. And he turned it on. There's a switch up on the top. And I'm telling you, it's not a cheap gift. It is not a cheap gift. But I have a very good close friend that I've known forever, that sent me that for my birthday. And I got that prior to my birthday too.
Yeah.
She wanted to make darn good and sure I had it by my birthday.
I almost didn't think you were going to get the stuff I sent you. I was like, wait a minute.
I still don't have that letter.
Yeah, Haley's got it. I said, what happened? She said, Dad didn't mail it. I said, just mail it. I talked to her today.
Yep.
It's been in the visor of his truck. The only reason she knew that she sat in her different for something. And it's going on. She probably forgot about it.
Yeah, well, all I can tell him is it's a goddamn good thing it wasn't a payment to one of her bills she owes.
What?
What I'm saying is it's a damn good thing it wasn't a bill that she was mailing in payment for that she owes, like utilities, whatever.
She wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I got my ID overnighted like that because he mailed it.
Yeah. It must be true. He had a Cadillac. He told me, says John Hansel. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be true.
Yep. Yep. But he's the one that had a welfare check on me. Yep, he's the one that sent him for a welfare check. Now he says he's going to send another one for a mental check. Yeah.
What was that? The white coats are going to come out with a net?
Yeah, I guess.
What the hell is that? Shut up, Rick.
Stupid son of a bitch. They're going to put a goddamn, oh God, what the hell do they call them? Straight jacket on you there, Rick. Of course, you're going to put it on backwards. And your hands are going to be, the thing is going to be buckled on your back backwards. It's a coat backwards. And then your hands are stretched both ways, and then those are buckled so that you can't get out of it. They're a straight jacket. That's what you need, Ricky. Send them, bitch. Send them. Hey, where's the cop going to arrest me for having a fake service dog? I've been waiting for how many years for that cop? Where's that cop for that going to arrest me for having a fake service dog? Ricky.
Why is she so much up into your grill about your service dog, where you worked?
Well, he's the one that said he was going to grape my service dog.
Why?
Unalive her, hand her to me unalived. Then he was going to grape me and unalive me. He doesn't call that a threat.
What started all this between you and him?
I quit sending him money.
I know he was nice to me when I was sending him money too.
I quit sending him money. I won't send him money anymore. He called me one day. He had to have an eye exam that his insurance wouldn't pay for. and it was $30. And he says, you don't have to do this, but I need help.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were fighting then. He says, I got to have this eye exam. Doctor says, I got to have it. He says, my eye is bleeding on the inside. And my insurance won't cover it. And it's $30.
It's bleeding on the inside of what?
His eye's bleeding on the inside. That's what he said. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be.
Or-
His eye wasn't bleeding.
If he hadn't seen the eye doctor, how did he know his eye was bleeding on the inside of his eye? Is this like inside where his eyelid is or inside the eyeball itself?
He said inside his eyeball.
How did he know that?
He didn't. It was a goddamn farce. It was a lie. So I said, yeah, I'll send you that. I'll send you $30 for the eye exam.
Yeah.
And I says, tell you what I'll do. I says, I'll make it 40 so you can have lunch. And I sent him $40.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out Miss Joe, he asked Miss Joe for the same thing. And she sent him $30 for the eye exam. And boy, did she get pissed when I said I sent him $40, 30 for an eye exam and 10 for lunch.
Why? Okay, Rick, come clean. Why are you hitting up two people for the same thing?
Yeah, this goes back. Abe's in the chat. This goes back to when he wanted me to dock Swami, his address where he was, and I wouldn't do it.
I don't know who Swami is.
Swami is a guy that had he had a heart attack and died. What was it? February 3rd or February 5th?
Of this year?
No. 3.5 years ago. Yep.
Who was that one guy's cat? What was his name? Oh my God. It's his name meant like if something's not there, but it's really there. Wait a minute. Hang on. I'm just going to really mess people up.
Yeah, he died in 2022. What he had was ulcerated colitis, and I've had ulcerated colitis. And he was telling me that, this shit's putting me on my nose. That's when he was down Salty Rant's rabbit hole. And I told him, I says, look, it's nothing to play with. If you have ulcerated colitis, then you have bloody stool. And you need to get your ass to a doctor, and you need to get it post-haste. Do not put it off. This shit can kill you.
Oh, gee, that's good. Yeah.
And he had a massive heart attack during an attack of ulcerated colitis. Yeah, February 2nd, Groundhog Day in 2022. Yeah. Yeah.
What is that guy's name? Some other guy died in a hotel room, and nobody really knew what happened to him. It was like he used to work for the U.S. military, and he worked on a submarine, and he was a really good computer guy, and he had a YouTube channel. Yeah, what was his name? Jesus, it's where the Huckleberry and VS and this dude.
The only one that I can think of you're talking about would be King 9.
No, King 9's not dead.
No, he's not dead.
No, this guy's dead. He died like in 2022. Yeah. But it wasn't Swami. I don't know. I'll think of his name. I so horrible. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Abe says it was February 3rd, not the 2nd, Groundhog Day of 2022. But I told him, I says, you got it. And he made an appointment and he couldn't get in to see the doctor. And I told him, then go to the ER. Don't put it off. And he had a massive heart attack, and that's what killed him, is a massive heart attack.
It was the same thing that happened to my sister, but she had ulcerative colitis. She had an appointment with a cardiologist the next week, and she walked into a phone and had a massive heart attack and died in the threshold of the door.
Yep.
And her son, my nephew, got a bill for a no-show appointment at the cardiologist. I was like,
Yeah, well, I told you how my sister died. And
oh, in the car?
yeah, she died in my car, and
That's horrible.
I mean, it was raining like a son of a bitch, rain coming down.
Fun.
And I was in Winnie, Texas. I was on the I-10 in ramp for I-10 West. And she had a heart attack. She died in my car, and it was raining coming down in buckets. And all I did was I stopped, dead stopped, right on the in ramp, and called for 911. And I said I need an ambulance. I'm in Winnie, Texas, on the in ramp for westbound I-10. You know, what do you need an ambulance for? I said, my sister just had a heart attack. She had a triple bypass heart surgery. And I told you about this. She was still wired shut. Her sternum was still wired shut. And I didn't know how to give. I mean, I got out, I went around the car, and that's in my old van. Went around the car, opened the door, I tipped the seat back. So she was laying back because her head was all forward, and her head was up against the dash. I pushed her back. They sent an ambulance. And it was coming down in buckets. Rain. Oh my God, I've never seen it rain so hard in all my life. And they pulled her out, put her on a gurney, and the rain was hitting her eyes, and there was no reaction. And I knew she was done. I was trying to give her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, you know, and then pump her heart too, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how to do it with the wired shut sternum. You could see the wire. It wasn't even, the skin wasn't even fully closed, healed shut. And we had gotten in a bit of a tiff because I told her, I said, whenever we stop for gas, we change drivers. Okay. Yep. And she got a little pissed off at me that I stopped for gas in Winnie, Texas. And she went in, and you could buy Red Crosses back then, and caffeine tablets. And she got a cup of coffee, caffeine tablets, and some White Crosses. And I told her, you can't take that. She got pissed because I told her it's my turn to drive. And you're not supposed to be drinking coffee. You know that. And you can kill yourself doing this. You know that. You're not going to die in my vehicle. Get rid of it. And she stuck the White Crosses in her mouth, and she stuck 4 caffeine tablets in her mouth and washed it down with hot coffee. And all of a sudden, her head went back, and she grabbed both sides of her shorts. And I mean, her hands were locked. They were locked. And I couldn't get her to respond to me. So I called 911. Well, where are you at? I said, this is a 911 system. You're supposed to know where I'm at. Well, that's not the way it works. I need to know where you're at. They finally got an ambulance there. They got her out on a gurney. Rain coming down in buckets. And her eyes, the rain, I mean, big, huge, hard drops, rain, hitting her eyes, and there's no reaction in her eyes. I mean, she's not blinking her eyes. She's not moving her eyes. It's like she's not, like it's not even touching her. And I'm giving her mouth to mouth and trying to talk to the damn 911 operator. And you could hear her gurgling every time I'd breathe for her. And she says, you need to give her artificial respiration, you know, pump her chest. I said, I can't. And she says, why can't you? And I'm still giving her mouth to mouth resuscitation. And she had her dog with her. It was in the floor of the front seat. And she had had that dog since it was a puppy. And it was so old, it didn't have any hair left on it, and it was blind and deaf and no teeth. She had to feed it soft dog food out of a spoon. And it would walk the wall, you know. It would walk the wall where she lived. Back and forth behind the couch. That's all it would do. And it bit her once on the foot. And its name was Baby. Anyway, they got her on the gurney. No reaction from the rain in her eyes. I followed him in my van, my old van, to the hospital emergency room. And I parked the car and I went in. And they had given her a shot in her chest. Well, she had a DNR. I wasn't going to tell them that. I didn't want her to die. I don't legally have to tell them shit. I gave them all of her, her insurance information, her insurance cards, doctor's cards, hospital she was registered with, all that crap. And they gave her a shot in her heart. She came back. And she opened her eyes and looked around. And she says, where am I? And the woman says, you're in the emergency room in Winnie, Texas. And gave her the hospital name. And she says, I have a DNR. And they gave her another shot in her chest and killed her to cover their ass. And a judge came and did a formal inquest. He asked me what happened, and I told him. Told him the whole story. Got her to the hospital. There was no reaction from the rain in her eyes. And I mean, I'm soaking wet, and I'm sitting there with a towel drying my hair. Nurse handed me a white bath towel. And I said, they gave her a shot in her chest. And she came back and said, where am I? And they told her what hospital in Winnie, Texas. And she says, I have a DNR. I told the judge, this judge couldn't have been 30. And he did a formal inquest right there. And I said, then they gave her another shot in her heart, and she's gone. And he looked at me. He says, they can't do that. And I said, you asked me what happened. I'm telling you what happened. And he said, that's illegal. And I looked at him and said nothing. I mean, I'm not going to get in a goddamn debate with the judge doing an inquest. And what became of it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cost me $6,000 to get her cremated. Because they sent an undertaker to the hospital, and he came with a hearse. And I said, I need to know what it's going to cost me for cremation. Well, a funeral is. No, I said, I don't want a funeral. She's not from here. I'm not from here. Nobody knows her here. Nobody's going to come to a funeral. I don't want a funeral. I don't want to talk about a funeral. I want only crematory fees. I said it shouldn't be over $1,500 max. And I wound up having to pay this son of a bitch $6,000 to get her cremated. And then the only way that they can you can ship ashes is USPS. You cannot use FedEx. You cannot use UPS. You have to use USPS. So it has to go through the post service, and then it has to be the box. When I got the ashes that were shipped to me, there was a plastic bag on the inside of the box, and the ashes were still warm. I've had people tell me bullshit. I don't give a goddamn. You believe it or you don't believe it. I know what the hell I experienced. I know what she experienced. So, yep. Yeah, I know. I told her that. She says, well, you need to take me with you because I'm sick and tired of being here and not being able to go anywhere, not being able to get out of the house, can't drive my car. She lived in a trailer park in Florida, Lakeland, Florida. So I had driven to Lakeland, Florida to pick her up. And then we got to Winnie, Texas, and I stopped for gas. She went in and got White Crosses and hot coffee and caffeine tablets. She took 4 or 6 of them damn things, and I told her, spit them out. She says, I already swallowed them. I said, then stick your goddamn finger down your throat and throw them up. Get them out of your body. You're going to kill yourself. Oh, bullshit. You worry too much. Let me worry about it. I'll worry about myself. And that's what happened. Yep. And Reverend Kelly, he put up a video, and I still got it on my iPhone 7, and said his son didn't have insurance, and he didn't have insurance, and he just had a heart attack, and you have to understand how much the hospital and doctor bills are for a heart attack. And anybody that could send me any money, I would really appreciate it. That's Reverend Kelly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you remember Bob's story too. Yep. And, oh, guess what? There's no such thing as a PET scan, people. No such thing as a PET scan. I'm a liar. Yeah. He had bone cancer. He worked at the Byron Power plant in Byron, Illinois. And he worked in containment, which means he worked in the reactor, in the inside, with the reactor where you put the fuel rods. And the fuel rods were bent. And he tried to get them apart and tried to unbend them. And the only thing that they would give you for PPE is a little outfit with a hood on it, with little ties on it, and then a dosimeter. Well, he had already maxed out his other dosimeter. So he couldn't go back in containment. And this was, I think, the last, oh, Jesus God, what the hell was it? The last, he worked for Hunter back then, Hunter, J.B. Hunt. And they had what they called, they had a coin that they had to hang up when they went in. And then they had that same coin they had when they come out, they had to pick it up and they had to wear a dosimeter. And it tells how much radiation exposure you've had. And when he was walking through there in containment, he stepped in he had the little booties on over his boots, little paper outfit over his clothes with the little hat that pulled up, little ties on the hat. He stepped in about a quarter of a cup of water that I was told was heavy water. This is what the union rep told me. And when he did that, the radiation went up through his boot, into his heel, into the bones in his feet, up into his bones in his shin bone, and then went throughout his body and ate all the bone marrow out of it. I remember what happened to him too. Yeah, MS-13 killed my sister's husband, and then they tried to pin it on her. Cops tried to pin it on her. That's another story. Hey, a Patriot Defense. How you doing, sweetheart? Damn it, there goes my glasses. Making my glasses fog, sweetheart. Welcome. Abe says hi, PD. But according to Rick Crude, there's no such thing as a PET scan. And when they do that, they give you this really, really sugary sweet water. I don't know what the hell else is in it. It's like sugar water. It looks like sugar water. And you drink that, and then they wait so long, and then they do a specific type of an X-ray. Yeah, he was murdered on the dock. My husband, or my brother-in-law, was murdered on a dock where he drove over the road semi. He drove for Hunt, J.B. Hunt. And he wanted to be able to get home to see my sister. So when you're driving down the road, especially interstates, where you've got truck traffic, if you look up, you can see this thing that'll come down. It's pointed down towards the truck. It comes straight down. It's not like a light. It comes straight down. On the top of your cab, on your semi, you got a big round thing. That's a transceiver. And he says, I want to go home, and they won't let me go home and see your sister. And I said, so it's really easy to fix that, but you're going to get in trouble. He says, what do you mean? How can I fix that? I told him, I said, get some aluminum foil and some duct tape. And I said, fold the sheets, you need to make it wide. It needs to be wider than that transceiver on top of the cab. So I said, fold it together and crease it and then duct tape it. Duct tape that seam. And then what you do is you start going all the way around that transceiver on top of your cab with this aluminum foil and fold it up and make it go all the way and touch the painted surface of the top of your cab. And then duct tape it tight. And then after that, run 2 or 3 other rows of duct tape down that so it can't blow off. He said, what the hell is that going to do? I said, they're not going to be able to read your vehicle, bud. Because they use HF to do it. UHF, VHF, or HF. And as I've said before, I've been a ham radio operator for over 50 years. He went home and he saw his wife. And then he went back, and I said, park before you put that on there. Check in and tell them you're taking some time off, and you're just gonna lay around and do nothing. Then tape that stuff on the aluminum foil up there. Do that whole thing, and then they're not going to be able to track you as long as you got that aluminum foil on there. It'll look like the truck is still sitting there. That's what he did. And he went home and saw his wife, and then he went back to work, and then he got in trouble. He said, we sent somebody out looking for the truck, and the truck isn't where it was supposed to be. Where's the truck? So he hurried up and beat his ass back there, and then he tore off all that aluminum foil up on the top and the duct tape. And he parked it at a truck stop, at a Love truck stop. And he said he was in there and he was showering and taking it easy and taking a few days off. He had time to kill and he could do it. He wasn't due for his next load of pickups. And what he was hauling was rags. Anyway, he took the truck back to the terminal. And he starts unloading the load of rags that he had in the back on the dock. He had just got paid. He had over $400 left after paying bills in his pants pocket. When they found him, he was laying on the bottom of a rack. His nose was broken. I've actually got the crime scene photos. I still got the disc. Of the crime scene photos of that. And it shows him laying on the bottom of a rack. And the rack was like, kind of sort of like an oven rack. Put you in mind of that anyway. He had a broken nose. He was beat to death, and he had $14.14 in his pocket. And that's your key as to who killed him right there. It's MS-13. So, yep. And it absolutely is still an unsolved case to this date. And then they tried to blame it on her and said she killed him. Bullshit. Bullshit. She found his, because she went over to the trucking terminal, and his truck was there, and he was laying there on the rack, dead. And they had ripped his jacket off of him. He had I don't know what the hell you'd call it. It was a nylon jacket. No, it wasn't. It didn't have stuffing on the inside of it or any of that. It was just a nylon breeze, like a breeze jacket. So, yep. Yeah, they had mob ties back then. Absolutely, they did. Abe says, remember when Bedtime Clown, Lou, Rick, and them said I went to federal prison for 2 years for hate crimes on CB radio, laughing my ass off? Yeah, I remember that. Well, that just goes to show you the intelligence level of Bedtime Clown. I call him Nightgown Clown because he's nothing but a puss, as far as I'm concerned. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, said you lost your ham radio license too. Yep, I get it. I still have it. Got it first in 98. Abe says her husband indeed is a Vietnam combat veteran. I absolutely have one of his medals. I've never received any more though on that list. That's all true, and it hit the newspaper too. Yep. He actually Rick Hurd said that he died of COVID, or not COVID, Agent Orange. I never said that. I said he still had the effects of Agent Orange on each side, on the side of his shins, on both of his legs. And I still have the tube of medication in the cabinet that he had to put on that. And he would never, ever, 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 ever go back to a vet hospital again. He went in there once and they lied to him and told him there's no such thing as Agent Orange. Well, today's Agent Orange is Roundup. There you go. Today's Agent Orange is Roundup. Yep. That's all true. It hit the newspaper too. Yep, it sure did. Dirty Disciples, South Disciples. Preston said Ricky has very soft gums. Ricky is a pole smoker. Well, I don't know what the hell a pole smoker is. I think he's into bestiality. That's what I think Ricky's into, is bestiality. That's my opinion. Abe says Preston tells the truth. I don't. What the hell is a pole smoker? Yes, he did get exposed to it. Absolutely did. He absolutely did get exposed to it. But Rick Hurd can't get anything right. He just lies like a son of a bitch, like the son of a bitch that he is. And he makes shit up all the time. He's got to try and put his twist on everything. Yeah. Abe says being Darth Rose burrowed up from the Watchdogs. I think she'd do better homework than Rick and Kelly, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Absolutely no frickin' kidding. So Then again, that's where Kelly started too. Yeah, well, do you remember him doing that? I don't know if he was around then or not when he did that. He said he had a heart attack and the medical bills are so high, anybody could send me any money. He's a fucking grifter. Reverend Kelly's a grifter. That's all he has ever been. That's all he'll ever be. And you're talking about, I think now you're talking about Kelly Sparks, who is a different Kelly than Reverend Kelly. Can't make this shit up, people. Nope, sure can't. That was when I got off a while, so no. Yeah, I've got that in my old iPhone 7. If I'd have to charge it up, see if it should still be there. There's a SIMS card in it, so. But do I have to prove what I say? They don't have to prove what the hell they say. Yeah, Huckleberry Kelly, not him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you were referring to Fuckleberry, not Reverend Kelly. Yep. Rose ain't got no damn sense. She's a YouTube trash test dummy. I couldn't tell you. Hebrew Hammer operator. Mr. Eye Candy. What in the actual fuck? Why does it smell like dirty diaper in here? What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, Hebrew Hammer operator? I don't know. Are you looking to be kicked or hidden or something? Is that what you're looking for? Your wrench? You haven't been in my damn streams for how long? And then you come in and think I'm going to give you a wrench? Have a good day, dude. You're selling any of them painting jets, you can make some damn money, or you still washing dishes? Just a question. So sensitive? No, you're the one that's so sensitive. You in here begging for a fucking wrench? You don't come into my streams on a regular basis, you don't get a wrench. Just that simple. Hasta la ta-ta. Don't bother coming in now. How many times in the last month have you been in my stream? Come on. Come on, let's have it. How many times in the last month? And I'm streaming every day. No, I don't know what to tell you. Not in the chat, you haven't. I didn't get one for 2 months when I got back on here. Is the truth. That's right. That was back in 22. That's correct. And the second to the last time I was here, you read like 10 NPFY comments. Couldn't tell you what that even is. It was a pleasure to lose it on Kelly's channel, let me tell you. Yeah, really. Yeah, Kelly Sparks. Yeah, you didn't give me a mod automatically. No, I don't give anybody an automatic mod. Nope. That's funny. I was totally joking. I don't want or need a wrench. That was a total joke. Yep. I didn't see any LOLs after those lines. Just saying. Dirty South Disciples. Okay, I ran Ricky and Rose away. Job completed. Good deal. Scan the barcode for a price. No thanks. No thanks. Okay, ciao. Yep, left a kiss. Take it easy. Ciao. And I meant what I said when I talked to you the last time I talked to you, that I could remember even talking to you, was asking you if you were going to sell any of those paintings, or if you would look into making landscape paintings, and I would be more than happy to purchase one for you. From you, rather, not for you, from you. That's the last time I can remember even seeing you in here. You told me you've never done a landscape. And I told you were a hell of an artist, and I don't know of anybody that wouldn't be proud to hang one of your paintings on their wall. Yep. That's the last time I can even remember talking to you. Yep. Abe says it was 12:22 when you gave me a wrench after I got on in 10:22. Yep. I got super pissed off and upset and destroyed all my paintings. Well, that was pretty dumb, don't you think? You could have made money on those. Hebrew ham operator, or Hebrew hammer operator. That was stupid. Why would you destroy your paintings? You're a fabulous artist. Well, what's the sense in making more? You're just going to turn around and get pissed off again to destroy those? Just a question. You told me that you've never done a landscape. You do specific paintings. That's what you told me. I told you I would save money to buy a painting from you. Landscape. I like landscapes. You know, clouds, roads, rivers, lakes, landscapes. You could have made some damn good money off of those ones you already had painted. That's all I can tell you. Abe says, I saw his art before. It is definitely skilled. Yes. Yeah. I had my reasons. I would imagine you did have your reasons. And I'm not going to bug my nose into your business and ask you what they are. Why? Because it's none of my business. But it was stupid. It was stupid. I usually do mountains and rivers and trees. There you go. That's all you got to do. That's a landscape, right? And moons. Yep. Yep. I gotta slow this damn chair down and back it up too fast. Yep. And moons. Yep. I mean, you're a fabulously talented painter, you know. I don't get it. I don't get it. They don't have to be absolutely huge. Mountains, trees, and rivers. You know, get mountain in the background with some clouds and sky. Trees, birch trees. They're very easy to paint. The only problem with, I mean, I've done paintings. I've got a painting at my house back in Illinois that I've done. Yeah, you should do it for a side hustle is absolutely right. I would do it. If I had your talent, I'd do it. I mean, I did a river with closest to you in the picture would be flowers and grass. Then the river showing white water. And then the bank, and then a hill, and then a sky and clouds, you know? Yeah. Yes, that's what a landscape means, yes. You know that. Come on, you're not stupid. Landscapes are landscapes. Yeah. Yep. If you don't, then you wasted a day of your life if you didn't learn something new. I'd rather do that than grind the gears at my non-job job 60 freaking hours a week, let me tell you. Per Abe. I remember you showing me the flag painting. Yeah. The flag painting that I've got were painted by Glenn Lambright, and that's done in chalk. I did oils. I did oils. So I had bought him, he wanted chalk. That was Glenn Lambright. He wanted chalk. He was totally deaf, had never heard anything. And I think he did pretty damn good for never hearing anything, being born deaf. I really want to get some charcoal and do some dark art. You can do that too. Yep. But, you know, the canvases are not that damn expensive. And you can get some damn good money out of your talent, bud. That's all I can tell you. You've got a lot of talent. You're dripping with damn talent. You know, I saw the lips. I saw the other, I can't remember, was it moon or something? I mean, you're such a talented artist, and it's a waste. It's an absolute freaking waste. Yeah, Abe says Rick and Lou ran him off. Yeah, they sure as hell did. Yeah. They lied about him being a PDF, and then doxed the retired grade school principal for his address. I've got his address. I've still got his address. And I know his real last name, and I'm not going to put it out. Why? Because I don't dox people. I'm not Rick Crude. And I'm not Dead Rose. And I'm not, I'm not Lisa B. No, thank you. But it's hard for me. I don't feel like I'm good enough to sell my art, and I don't like to sell it to people. How do I know why I'm trying to express why I am trying to express through it, if it takes sense? Because you have sense. Come on, Hebrew. But I've got these in frames. I've got his pictures in frames. I bought frames and framed them. And he did that in chalk on paper. Chalk on paper. He didn't do it on a canvas.
On 6th Street in Austin, Texas, you can take your artwork down there. There's all kinds of artists down there, Hebrew, that sell their art and whatnot down there. On the party district, they're all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to find all kinds of art shops.
They're not even in art shops. I mean, you don't have to pay for a booth or anything. They just have them on a project against the walls, and
you don't even have to see. You don't even have to see the people that are looking at them. They take them on consignment, bud. And then you set the price, and then you tell them what your bottom dollar is that you'll sell it for, and then they sell it for you, and then they'll take like 10% of it for the sale. They do it on consignment. Hey, Justin Emo Hollingwolf. Yep, and you're not Connie. That's right. Absolutely, you're not Connie. So did I. Met you before any of these people did, and that H8 bonded one because they got nothing else going for them. If you recall, the Hebrew Hammer, and he's talking to you, Hebrew. I don't like selling it to people who don't feel what I am trying to express through my art. I want my art to make you feel a certain way. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know what they feel when they see your art? What difference does it make if they think it's just a gorgeous painting? They like the colors. They like the light. They like the shadow. Yeah. Trust me, I live in a art and wine town. Yeah, I don't know. I would never ask you where you lived. I don't care where you live. I'm not Flying Monkey. I'm not that bitch. Yeah. You're dripping with talent, and it's a shame. It's a downright shame and a crime that you don't do this. You put your feelings in there, and they can feel however they want to feel. And if they don't get the same feelings that you get, it doesn't matter, because if they didn't like it, they wouldn't purchase it. And that supports your efforts. I want to meet the people who would buy my art. I want them to tell me what they like about it. Anyways, fuck art. Well, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to know where you live. I don't want to know where you live. Don't put that stuff in there. Don't tell these people where you live. You don't know who's watching this. Rick Crude, that son of a bitch, never misses one of my streams. She clipped him the other day and left and he left his cam on driving home and uploaded it to get back at me. Absolutely, yes. Yep, sure did. That did happen, absolutely. It's a little wine and art town, you know, craft beers and no parking. Yeah. Yep. I mean, when I look at a painting, I look for talent, number one. You know, some of the famous artists, I wouldn't give you 2 cents for a $1 million painting. The people, because they're dead, you know, and these idiots call that art. I don't call that art. I call it a mess. I call it somebody with a child's brain. And yeah, Flying Monkey did that to get back at him. Yeah, I get it. She was a bitch. She was born a bitch. She lived to be a bitch and perfected her bitchiness. But I just like, yeah, that figures. That figures. Well, that's what Fuckleberry is good for. Yep. And when you walked, you were at your house, you pulled up in the drive, you drove home, you pulled up in the drive, you got out of your car, you walked in the front of your car and walked towards the front door. You walked past your address, and that bitch, Flying Monkey, that bitch doxed you. She couldn't wait to put it up there. Yep. All them people dox. So why I warned so many others about them prior. Yep. He's my favorite artist. Oh my God, amazing. Everyone here, please go check out Vladimir Kush. Wow. Yep. I think Flying Monkey died the way she should have died. I think she earned every bit of the pain that she had. I have to check out Vladimir Kush. I really don't care. Show up and find out. Yeah, I know. Yep. Hebrew Hammer says, I'm not playing. Please, I would enjoy it. Yeah, no shit. No shit. She couldn't wait to dox your ass. Yeah, you mean Hopper? Good old Hopper from Texas? The one with the postulating lady parts? I said on one of my streams, he claims this is a direct threat. Okay. Here's how stupid this asshole is. And says he was, U.S. Marshal. He was this. He was a Houston PD officer. Good old Hopper. Yeah, one ounce slugs don't feel good. They make a nice little round hole going in. And if they're a hollow point, they make a lot bigger one coming out. And unless you weigh 500 pounds like Dead Rose does, you're not going to be a happy camper. They're not going to penetrate that much blubber. Even if it was a 9 mil, you'd have to have a hollow point 9 mil. Yep. Yeah, well, she's about as goddamn stupid as a box of rocks. Emo says lying M is in a really hot place right now. Yeah, Flying Monkey, you bet. Good old Flying Monkey. I'll bet she is nice and goddamn toasty. Yeah, she did it on 3/6/23 to be exact in a video thumbnail image. Yep. She was about shit ugly too. Hebrew Hammer. The first round is 8-shot buck, then 4 slugs, then another 8 buck. Yep. Yeah, that would tend to tickle your ass, wouldn't it? Or your back. You need a good back scratch after that, wouldn't they? Yeah. A little something about the transient. He put up hazy adjustments, and that GR8's and it's not GR8 because GR8 is Justin Brown, but that's what people can't get through their head. Let me finish what I'm saying, and I'll put a link out. But if you don't attend my streams on a regular basis, you're not going to get a wrench. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. Hazy adjustments is a real thing that Justin Paul Brown put up. And there are clips of that by Michelle's daughters. Damn, I run off the damn. Oh, there I got up. Red Mist is beautiful. Okay, I will go. You don't have to go. I will drop a link on your post, Abe. You don't have to go if you don't want to go. Just don't be an ass. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Oh, I thought you were talking about Vladimir. Okay. Not StreamYard. Okay. Abe wants to know a link for what? He doesn't do live panels anymore. Let me see if I can find the crap. I got to go back in the damn house now. Hebrew Hammer Operator. Love you, Emo. Yeah, you know, Emo and I would never have fought. I'm going to tell you a little secret, Hebrew. Emo and I would have never, ever fought if I wouldn't have listened to the trolls. And that's what you need to do, Hebrew, is not listen to the trolls. I'll see if I can find the Now, I put this up to share on YouTube. Damn it. Did he pay you back? So kudos. He did pay you back. Yes, he did. It's paid in full. It's been paid for 2 years. And whose business is it of theirs? It's between me and it's between Emo. That's what these people don't get. It's none of their goddamn business. And if I never would have listened to the trolls, we never would have fought. And he knows that. Emo knows that. I've got to get up on crap. I've got to get up on YouTube. There I am.
Okay, well, don't kind of cross right.
Stop that crap. Yeah, well, I can't wait for Rick's John Ansel. I can't wait for that son of a bitch's daughter to come, and I'll give her 380 reasons why she doesn't want to screw around, because she's not going to be a happy camper. That's all I can tell you. This is the wrong video. I'm looking at the wrong damn video. This is the 12th. This is the 15th. I need the 15th. So June 13th, June 16th, 17th, 14th. Jesus. I had 104 degrees yesterday too, people. Huh. It's not even listed. It's not even freaking listed. That's for the 12th.
Well, I thought he was. But
that's not what I want. I'm still looking for the 15th. There's the 16th. There's the 17th. Where the hell's the 15th? I don't know. It's not in here. It's not listed. Pretty frickin' stupid, isn't it? There it is. By golly. There it is. By golly. There it is. By golly. And now it's not going to let me rent you. All I could do is report or block it. Isn't that crap? This is such crap. I just pulled it up, and by God, it's not here. I hate this goddamn computer. I wish Lenovo had it stuck up their ass. That's what I wish. No, I don't want to leave the damn site. There it is. And it still won't let me do it. I'm on YouTube side and it won't let me do it. Report or block. Give me a break. And try it one more time. Pull it up one more time. Monday, June 15th. That's today. I got 14 thumbs up. Thank you for that. No, won't let me do it. I'll have to catch you later. Do it later, Hebrew. You know, it just will not let me do it. Because it says YouTube. So I'm on the YouTube side. It will not allow me to wrench anyone. Report or block. That's all I can do. It will not. And the only way I can wrench anyone is on the YouTube side. So I'll have to catch you later. And I will go in and after the stream, I'll go in and I'll keep working on this, and I will wrench you. But I do want you to put that up. Absolutely nuts. I've got to make an appointment at the iPhone store, and I'm going to get this SOS bullshit taken off of my phone. I'll tell you that right now. That's for damn sure. There's the link for coming up if you want to come up for a bit. I'm not going to be on long because I've already been on for 2 hours and 16 minutes. So don't get long-winded. See you later. Thought you wanted a link. Delete it. There you go. Okay, guys, I'm going to get the hay out of here. Hebrew, I'll catch you. I'll come into the stream afterwards and I'll work on it and give you a wrench because I do want to see that. I want to see that work. Honest to God, I do. I love art. It's relaxing to do. And I always did it in oils, and I always did it on a palette. I've even got a. I even bought a, a palette stand for painting, and I've got the. I've got all the paints and all that crap, and they're all oils. So. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Everybody have a great night. And Hebrew, I'll work on this. I'll come back in here and wrench you. Next time you come in, you should be wrenched. Because I do want to see that. There's a 73 in the bottom. And I'll be QRT, guys.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Better stop, Ryan. Coming for you.
They just think it's so funny. No!
Viewer discretion
We are
is
federales,
advised.
you know, the mountain police.
If you're the police, where are your badges?
Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.